Well, after more than 6 decades of a life's journey and 4 decades dedicated to service for the earth, what I know is we are not separate from the earth. And every paradigm that separates us has some form of violence built into it. And I'm so grateful I got an opportunity to do a Ph.D. on the foundations of quantum theory on the subject of non-separation, non-separability. So non-separation is the first thing I've learned. In a world where exclusion, domination, fundamentalism, intolerance is causing so much violence and so much fear, what I've learned both from nature and society is that diversity is the condition of existence. Interdependence is our existence. I am not the I bound by this physical skin, isolated from the world. As Raman Maharshi said, you are, therefore I am. I was born into a very spiritual family at a time where all the living gurus of our time were alive, and my parents would take us. So we'd sit at the feet of Anandamayi Ma and Swami Shivanand and Sant Kripal saying, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi was given land for his ashram by my dad, who was the forest officer of that region. So we met the best spiritual teachers and were introduced at a very, very early age into the spiritual life. My own parents constantly, through their life, not through preaching, not through prescription, but through their lives, allowed us to recognize that simplicity in the physical life and evolution in the spiritual life are part of one evolution. And then I did my Ph.D. in the foundations of quantum theory, and it really became a spiritual exploration for me. Because we always posit science versus spirituality, but there is a mechanistic science that attacks the spiritual. There's an ecological science, a quantum science, that is in total harmony with the spiritual. So, it was my work in quantum theory, which was the first place where I confronted mechanistic science and scientism. And then as I started to help movements, women protecting the forests and a scientism of scientific forestry, which only measure the value of the forest in terms of how much you could destroy the forest and turn it into square foot of timber, or a scientism of hydrology, which saw the value of a river only in terms of how much energy you could pull out, rather than the life that the river would give. Or the work I do today for the last 30 years, the scientism of a reductionist mechanistic biology, believing in genes as master molecules, believing in a totally unfounded central dogma when the reality of life is life organizes itself. And that self-organized complexity is the real nature of biological systems. All of the work I've done, whether it be Green Revolution, chemical farming, is about a scientism parading as science, but really being ideology and religion, crushing real knowledge which is so at home with the sacred and with the ecological. Because of my own journey, as well as the situations I've been thrown in, I cannot be satisfied. I am from the Himalaya, I could just go off into a cave. And there are amazing teachers who did that for years of their lives. But I just feel called to connect my spirituality to action in the world. As we say, sadhana, which is meditation, and seva, which is service. For me, they're one.